Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Now, for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with the channel or are watching this channel for the first time, the reason why it is called Uncommon Sense because here on this platform, we discuss everyday issues where we try to find logical solutions, but not everyone uses logic. It is for that reason it is called Uncommon Sense. I want to let everybody know that I'm currently live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. I also need to let you know the subscriber mode has been enabled. What does that mean? That means that if you're not a subscriber, and if you wish to enter a comment in the chat, you need to subscribe to the channel. As always, I want to give a huge shout out to all those who have already subscribed to the channel, whether it be from the beginning or just recently. I truly appreciate all the love and all the support that you've given me, some for the last 2 years. I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who follow me on social media. And I want to give a huge shout out to all those who allow me to enter into your devices. So, what I'm going to ask you to do is the following. If you have not done so, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe, like, and hit the bell notification to all. So, therefore, whenever I do produce content, you will have the opportunity to catch it live or catch it on the playback. Now, tonight, what we're having is another episode of Open Discussion. Now, what is it that we do? I will be talking about random topics that that I'm interested in. Also, it's an opportunity for you to enter in the chat if there's any topics that you want to have discussed. All I ask is let's keep it respectable, okay? And I see here we have AMR. Good evening. Thank you very much for stopping by. How is Kenya? I hope she's doing well. Thank you very much for all your love and support. So I have a few things that I'm going to be discussing with, and of course, everyone is welcome to enter their comments. Also, the link to join the panel has been pinned. Okay. So I got a lot on my mind. First of all, let me just start with the situation regarding my health. Okay. Recently, I had an appointment with a doctor who would perform surgery on my right knee. Initially, I was told that I have to lose 30 pounds. And I said, okay, well, if that's what I'm going to have to do, that's what I'm going to have to do. Okay, fine. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So they also, at the doctor's request, got some blood work done to make sure that there's no infection in either one of my knees, being that I had 2 knee replacements. So happy to report no infection. So instead of losing 30 pounds, I have to lose like about 10 to 15 pounds. So we will see how that develops. I am trying to change my diet and I'm trying to eat more healthier. Something I should have been doing a long time ago, but it's better do it now than not do it at all. Okay. So I will keep you up to date regarding any situation regarding my health. And again, the whole purpose behind all that is that there are other people that might be on the journey to have a total knee replacement. So I just want to share my story as a form of encouragement so that people don't get discouraged and can face the situation, with a certain amount of knowledge. Now, the next person I'm going to talk to is our favorite psychopath from Canada. Okay. It seems like he is on the warpath with Grand Mochant all time. And if you have bothered to look at his content, he spends the majority of his time complaining about Grand Marchand, complaining about Vanguard, complaining about another person, which I'm not going to mention. Also saying some, yep, that guy again. Good evening, Irby. Yep, that guy. Okay. And I see we have a new person called Luca. Good evening. Thank you very much for stopping by. Okay. Okay. Now, I will watch his content, but the whole purpose is it's more like comic relief. I mean, particularly when you see him spazzing out regarding people like Grand Moshan, or spazzing out regarding Malala Vanguard, or even you, AMR. I don't know why he has a beef with you, but apparently, I guess you made the cardinal sin by breathing. But it's neither here nor there. So I saw his latest. Okay, I saw this latest stream, and of course, now I am retarded. Don't you know that now? I am mentally deficient. Really, really. At least I'm not spending my time, getting on a tirade with a bunch of YouTube creators. Okay, about nothing. Okay, now I get it. He doesn't like being called a pedo, but okay. But remember, this one thing. Okay. Well, if you want to come up, by all means, the link is in pin. So I mean, it's comical when you think about it, going on and on and on, and is spazzing out regarding Grand Machan, spazzing out regarding Malala Vanguard, spazzing out regarding Gigi, spazzing out regarding Multi, spazzing out regarding Irby, spazzing out regarding just about half the U.S. population. Okay, it seems. All I'm going to say, look, and I'm sure Hybrid is watching this stream right now. Okay, and I'm going to address you right now, Hybrid. With all due respect in the world, do yourself a favor. Get therapy. Get off of YouTube, okay, and get the therapy that you need. My understanding that healthcare is free in Canada, okay, and you're talking about that you are the mulatto philosopher king and what have you, and that you are you're so intelligent and whatever, but yet you're talking to nobody, okay? Unlike you and just about everybody else would have a brain, every other YouTube creator has an audience, okay? And part of the reason why you're getting subs now is because people are subbing into much and make a complete jackass out of yourself. So look, and I say this with all the respect in the world, okay? Get therapy, please. Get off of YouTube, okay? And try to bury the hatchet with Grandma Shant, okay? And again, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. The fact that you're going on and on and on. Okay, let's see this comment. Sean, it's time for you to leave to you lose your feel and you'll probably kill you. Plus, you're not wholesome and uplifting enough for any king. Yeah, look, I'm not a mulatto, okay? But I'm sure the mulattoes that are out there in these YouTube streets will have something to say regarding Hybrid. Okay. Now he is known as Hybrid the Sheriff. Really. I mean, at one point it was Hybrid the Vanquisher, Hybrid the Healer, Hybrid the Healer, the Hero. So I'm sorry, but not sorry. He's a clown. And I don't know what happened. Something happened to him psychologically in order for him to act this way. But dude, you're not doing your fellow Bonatos a favor, okay? In fact, if anything, you're creating a negative image towards mulattoes, and people are having a hard time even saying the term, okay? Because unfortunately, for some people, that's considered a slur, okay? So do yourself and everybody else a favor. Stop airing your noise with your cold content. Get yourself some therapy, or institutionalize yourself in some mental facility for 6 months so you can get the help that you need. Okay. Now, with that being said, I'm going to talk about another thing. Okay. Now, look, I understand that at times you have YouTube creators that will have beats with other people for whatever reason. I don't know. It could be anything. It could be legitimate. It could be illegitimate. Okay. Yeah. You know what? He called me retarded as well. So, and look, and let me tell you something, AMR. I don't know you that well. I only spoken to you a couple of times, both here and on your platform, I think, and on Kimmy's platform, and also on Discord. I mean, you're a regular guy. You're a regular guy, just trying to get by and do what you need to do with you and your better half, Kimmy. Okay. So let me just go on to the next point. Leaving beefs at the door. Now, as I stated again, look, I understand that there might be certain people that have beefs with certain creators for whatever reason. Okay. Maybe make this perfectly clear. On your platform, you can say the fluff you want. You can call the people. Okay, just give me a moment. Yeah, that's a shame. Okay, that is a shame. But you know what? It is what it is. Okay. But going back to the point, when you're on your platforms, you can go on and on and on about the peace with the people as much as you like. However, when you come to my platform, I'm going to ask one favor and one favor only. Please leave those beefs at the door. Okay? First of all, and let me explain to you why. Because what I'm doing, what I have done better, is to create a safe space for everyone to express their point of view. We don't have to agree. And in fact, we can learn through disagreements. Okay. And I think we have a guest. So before we let my guest in, I'm going to state the following. The views of those who appear on the panel are not necessarily those of the host nor the channel. Any attempt to copy material without the consent of the host is prohibited. By appearing on the call, you waive your rights to your image. Some of the views that people may hold may be considered offensive to some viewers. If you do not like the content, you can block the channel. And now I'm going to bring in my guest.
Hello, Mr. Jose Negron. How you doing?
Fine. Good evening, Zacharias. How have you been?
I've been kind of okay going through some things. Just have to ask some little questions in a respectful manner. But I know it's your show, but can we have mutual respect like we did last time?
Yes, of course. That's no problem.
Okay. Because I know I did critique what happened last time. Okay. Now, it's an open discussion. Now when and I'm trying to be respectful on your platform, when we had an issue last year, I took
Mhm.
down the podcast out of my respect. What I noticed in the situation with Atlanta Vanguard, and I'm not here to bash Hyper. Hyper not be cool. Okay, I haven't talked to him in a long time, so I want no problem with him. But Atlanta Vanguard disrespected you, put all type of pictures of you urinating and stuff like that, and you did not have this ugly behavior towards him. But when I came on the platform back in July, yeah, back in July, back in July after June, you did not. I'm sorry, you were disrespecting me. I was showing respect to you, and that's why I called the hypocrisy out because it's wrong. And I want to ask you a question: why that? Okay, I'll ask that later on. But let me ask you a question. You say you're a Catholic Christian. Have you ever read the Proverbs 9:7-9 verse?
Would you repeat that slowly, please? You kind of say it kind of quickly.
Proverbs 9:7-9 verse. Can you
I
read
have
it out
never.
if you?
Okay, I have not read it. I will read it this week. Hello.
I was giving you the chance to speak on your show,
Okay, no, but
and
I'm just saying. I'm not. It's just that I didn't want to interrupt you.
I didn't want to interrupt you. That's why I went
Okay.
silent.
Okay. Now I'm gonna. Okay, I'm going to. I'm going to address. Okay, I'm going to address that issue. Um, I did. Okay, when it comes to Milano Vanguard and some of the other issues, I did address it on other streams. Okay, if you did not watch it, no, that's perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. However, I don't believe in holding. I don't believe in holding on to the past. If that was the
But you
case, he would never be allowed on my platform. Neither would you.
No, the reason why that I asked that question because I was trying to get rid of that pass last year, but you had like a bin. I catch the next bus. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm outside.
Okay. No way.
Yeah. So the point is, I'm sorry, I'm telling the bus driver to catch the next bus. So I'm talking to you. So the one thing I'm saying is that I saw a hypocrisy on your end. I'm being very respectful. Now, you're wrong. I know it's your show, but I
Mhm.
will defend myself if I feel disrespected. So I'm being very respectful to you, sir. Okay. What I know is the energy is not as strong compared to about me because you had like a venom, like a snake has a venom in its tongue towards me, even though I left it alone last year. But Milano Vanguard, I'm sorry, went hardcore and out making fun so much health elderly. Now that was disrespectful because we all get old. You know, I just turned 44 a couple weeks ago. And we all get old, and some of us might need health issues too. He's 34 years old, still haven't learned anything yet, in my opinion. I try to be respectful, but you don't make fun of someone's health at an elderly age. You know what I'm saying? I know sometimes we get disrespectful, back and forth, no matter what your age or gender is. I'm not with that age based on respect. Respect on both ways for you're a young baby to 100 years old. Respect on both ways because no one deserves disrespect at all. But to sit here and pick pictures of you urinating and stuff when not in the future it can happen to him. His bladder might mess up when he gets your age or older and maybe young, because young people don't take care of themselves either. I'm not saying all, but some young people don't. And it can happen to him. The point I'm pointing out is that I see the energy was not as strong compared to me. I took the podcast down about you out of respect, not that I was scared or anything. I didn't want no more issues with you once I have addressed the issue with backstage with Black Latino show. However, it's like every time I come on your platform, it's this venom towards me, this anger towards me. And I try to be respectful, but I'm sorry. I don't want to disrespect. I will defend myself, sir. Okay, I was just like anybody. I'm letting me know. You're a baby boomer. I'm a Generation X. I'm not from the old school. I disagree with someone elderly, disrespecting somebody, not knowing you're putting mental problems in a young person's life. And they come up messed up and they start committing crime or they have mental issues due to that stuff. I don't believe in beating no kid. When I have to, I still have, sperm to make kids, okay? I'm single with no kids, but I don't believe no beat no kid. If I beat my kid, yes, I will break the law, okay? So my thing is that respect go both ways because in order to learn respect, you're supposed to get it no matter if you're young or old. But that's my problem I have with you, and I'm being respectful on your platform. I see this. I see this. See we call it a double standard. And that's why, because I came to your platform as like the vent, because I would not sign radical petition when I know his past about the multiracial identity thing, and then how people respect me and saying I'm not mixed because of this fake DNA testing mess, and think they can commit cybercrime against me. When if I commit cybercrime against them, the double standard. God don't have no double standard. Man does, and I don't
Okay,
need to be. Yeah, go ahead. It's your show.
okay, may I respond? Okay, first of all, I did. Okay, when it comes to the things that Molala Vanka has said and done, I had addressed it on this platform several times. Okay. Um, Also, there's a thing called letting go of the past. Now, as far as um, the double standard and being disrespectful, if that was the case, I would never allow you back on this platform to begin with. Now, how you interpret it or process it, that is totally at your discretion, sir. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, the reason why Malala Vanguard was allowed to be on the platform, even considering all that he said, I made it perfectly clear. As long as, and I'm going to make a general statement. Anyone, as long as they're respectful, they're allowed on this platform. Once they get disrespectful, they will be removed. So it's the same principle, whether it be you, Malala Vanguard, or anybody else. Now, again, how you process this information, that's at your discretion.
um, Mr. Negron, there's no process. Disrespect and disrespect, regardless what how you process. And
Okay, well,
when I came on your platform back in July, early July, your energy was very negative. Now I'm not here to bash Gigi. Gigi and I we cool. When they was out here cursing each of her and Rakim on your platform, you had no control of your platform. You didn't kick none of them out till later on. It took hours. That's what I'm calling it out. Because
okay,
one thing, double standards makes a hypocrisy, and that's why I'm here to address that. The reason why I
okay, well,
came
yeah,
on your
okay,
platform
okay,
because I'm not on
okay.
YouTube a lot.
First of all, if you have the right to think what you will. Those who know me know how I function. I don't believe in double standards. If you do, that is your understanding. Okay, so I don't want to like rehash issues that went on last year because this is a new year. If that was the purpose why you're here, I'm truly I'm sorry. I
No,
don't I don't
it's the
believe
clear
okay, I don't
things.
believe okay, I don't believe in constantly rehashing the past. And
No,
plus
I
and plus
did leave
people
the
and
past.
plus people learn from mistakes.
I'm
Would
sorry,
you
sir.
agree? Would you agree?
I'm sorry. I did leave the past alone with you.
Okay. So
But your mentality, your energy was not pretty on that day. And did not disrespect you. I called you sir. Normally, anyone know in person, I don't care stuff to people like that. Okay, but it's your platform. But I see double standard because if someone's cursing on my one thing, I don't know what your sign is. I'm a Leo. Someone cursing on my doggone platform, and I told them a couple times to stop. I'm going to just kick them off the platform. I'm not going
okay,
to sit here and argue with those people. But I'm
okay,
saying
okay,
that
okay.
okay,
First of all,
okay,
I did state, chill out. I did say the one mistake I made was not removing people. Going forward, if that happens again, people will be removed or muted.
okay.
People
But
will learn from
that's
mistakes. Would you agree?
the this I disagree to that because I watched your platform without being on it, and you have a couple times said, "Can I say something? Can I say something?" and people overtalk you on your platform and you show no negative energy towards them. But when I come in, it's like an enemy. It's like,
No,
maybe
no,
get as that.
that is not the case. And if that's how you wish to interpret it,
No,
that's fine. I'm not here. I'm not here to have an argument. If you're
I'm
here
not
for that
arguing.
purpose,
I'm
if you're
keeping
here for
myself
that
calm.
purpose, if you're here for that purpose, you will be removed, sir.
No, I want to clear us our problems. If we're going to be on other people's platforms, I don't want nobody bringing up the drama because even if I don't talk to, I'm going to mention someone else. They bring it
Okay,
up. So
well,
I
okay.
want to us
I
have
don't.
a
Okay.
conversation
You know
so we
what?
can clear up.
I
Hmm?
don't. I don't. Okay. First of all, when I join platforms, I'm there to discuss the topic, whatever the topic might be.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I do not bring drama. Those. Okay.
I
Those
didn't say
who.
you.
Okay. If you're going to interrupt me, you're going to be removed, sir.
I do apologize for interrupting.
Okay. When I join other people's platforms, it is with the purpose of contributing to the topic of the day. Whatever
No.
the topic. Okay, I'm gonna ask you one more time. Please do not
Mm-hmm.
interrupt me, or else you will be removed.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you, and I'm asking you politely, and I'm being very patient with you. When I
No,
go,
I remove myself. I don't have to worry
thank
about
you.
you.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, you know what? I apologize, but when certain individuals come on my platform casting aspersions and they try to interrupt me, yes, 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 he was combative. Good evening. Yeah. Now this is the point, and I have to make it perfectly clear. You can disagree with me. You can take issues with what I say or do. Okay. What I'm not going to permit if people are constantly interrupting me. Okay. Now, what was his purpose for coming on the platform? Only he would know. Okay. So most likely he's going to do a podcast saying how I was rude to him, etc., etc., etc. You can see it for yourself, people. I was very polite and I was very patient with him. Okay. But for him to come on my platform to try to create an argument, I'm sorry. Okay. This is something that and believe me, when it comes to other people, I'm going to do the same thing. And again, I apologize, but now going back to the topic, which was leaving beefs behind. Okay, I'm gonna ask everybody, regardless who it is, whatever beefs that you have, leave it at the door. Okay, whether it be whomever. I'm not going to get mention names, but I'm going to make it perfectly clear. Please leave those beeps at the door. Okay. What you do on your platform, that's fine. Not here. Okay. So now we're going to go. To the next topic. One thing I will be doing is I will try to seek other platforms where I can share what little knowledge I have, what little expertise, or just share my opinion. Okay. It's going to take a while for me to figure out which platform to join because the thing is, there's certain platforms it's better that I do not join. Okay. No offense to the creators, it's just that every creator has a different audience. And maybe for a particular creator, I'm not, it's not appropriate for me to be part of that audience, and that's perfectly fine. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be seeking other platforms where I would be able to share my point of view. Okay. I know. You know what? And that's fine. That's fine, Emma. That's perfectly fine. Oh, by the way, if anybody wants to join anybody else other than Zacharias wants to join the panel, but the link is in the link has been pinned. Okay. So it's going to be a process. What I'm going to do is this is going to be my criteria. First of all, I'm going to just take a look um, on the platform itself, and then I'll make a determination waiting for the host to give the okay for me to join the panel. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to be discussing is mental health issues. Now, those of you who may or may not be familiar, um, the first year I discussed um, multiple health issues. Among them was depression, among them how to deal with stress during the holidays, also how to deal with grief, and what not to say to a person that's in the grieving process. So I'm going into September. I'm going to try to devote at least one or two topics a month that has to do with mental health. Um, and there's many reasons behind it. First of all, within the last 3 or 4 years, we have been through a great deal. I mean, first of all, we've been through the COVID-19 pandemic. We also have dealt with many people losing their livelihoods, many people losing their jobs. We also dealt with increase in domestic violence, also divorces are continuing to skyrocket, and all it has is interrelated to what happened as far as COVID-19. Also, also people had lost their livelihoods simply because they chose not to get vaccinated. Okay. Now, those of you who have followed me from the beginning know that my position on that has been the following. If you have any legitimate concerns, speak to your primary care physician. You ask that person relative questions, and then you decide what you're going to do. Okay? To get vaccinated or not get vaccinated, that's totally up to you. And there's no such thing as a bad choice. Okay? Unfortunately, what has happened is that people have been ostracized by not getting the job or ostracized for getting the job. Okay? My point is this: educate yourself as much as you can, and then you decide. Okay. So I will be doing some um, talking issues regarding mental health. I'm going to see if I can get perhaps an expert to deal with the subject. So far, the only person I really know is Tim Delgado, which I met through Denise Gonzalez of Latin Explaining. So I will let you know. So now the next topic is whether they came up or not came up. Now, if you remember in the beginning, I came up, and the reason why I did that was, I didn't see an issue with it. Okay. Um, Now, partly because of my problems with the internet, and partly because of my problems with my equipment, I have not been camming up. Okay. And also, let's keep it clear, um, trying not to get ducks. Okay. because unfortunately, that's a situation that's been happening. So there might be times where I may come up or I may not come up. But whether I do or whether I don't do that, uh, that's going to be at my discretion. No one else is going to tell me otherwise. Okay. Now, the next topic on my list is the radical alphabet community. Now, lately we've been seeing radical elements of the LGBTQ plus community trying to dictate and force their views on others. Okay. Now, I don't agree with what a great deal what they want to do. However, I respect the right that they have to live their lives as they see fit, as long as they're not shoving their ideas down our throats. Okay. What is the issue is when they ostracize you simply for disagreeing with their lifestyle. Okay. Now, the last time I checked, we are all adults. We all think differently, and we all were raised differently. My understanding is that we don't always going to agree on any topic. Okay, and you know what? That's until the last 3 years. That's not been an issue. Now, if you just simply state that I disagree with the agenda, all of a sudden you are classified as homophobic. You're classified as being hateful. Okay? And this type of mentality has even crept in on the church. Okay? Where they're trying to portray Jesus as being gender neutral or gay. I'm sorry, but I have an issue with that. Okay. And it's based on my biblical beliefs. And I understand that not everyone believes the Bible as I do, which is perfectly fine. The point is this: everyone has the right to live their right life as they see fit, as long as they're not imposing their views on other people. Okay. And somehow, if disagree with them, now I'm an homophobic. Okay. And now they are insisting that drag queens uh, teach their dogma to children as young as 5 and 6 years old. Excuse me. The last time I checked, the ones that dictate how the children going to be raised are the parents or the grandparents or whoever the fluff is the parental figure. Okay, but I have a huge issue when people are going to tell me how to live, people to tell me how to raise children, and if I don't align with the radical alphabet dogma, that all of a sudden I am a homophobe. Excuse me, I disagree. So I'm going to be talking about that, but I'm going to try to do it. Yeah, I hear you. The drag queens. Okay. I guess what's the latest word that they're trans women? I don't know. Okay. Now I will be having a topic regarding the radical alphabet community, but I think I would do it in like in a late night, uh, and I'm gonna be discussing late night streams as well. Okay. which brings me to my next point. Okay. Um, the reason why I do okay. Normally, I do streams 3 nights a week. The problem is that due to my schedule, the schedule is such that Mondays and Tuesdays, I basically do streams between 8 and 9 o'clock, which is, first of all, it's early enough that I can do it and I can devote 2 hours and then I can go to bed at a reasonable time. I know sometimes it could be kind of hard for people on the West Coast, which is why I came up with a late night stream. Okay. To try, you do try to accommodate as many people as you can. Sometimes you can do it, sometimes you can't. Okay, but I'm gonna try nevertheless. So I'm gonna be having a stream this Saturday morning at 12:30 a.m., which is 9:30 p.m. West Coast Pacific time. Okay, so most likely it's going to be on an early Saturday morning when I do a late night stream because you have to try to do things that are different. You have to try to think outside the box. Okay. Now we're going to get into another topic, which is irrational behavior of creators. Okay. We have seen on multiple platforms certain individuals which produce ratchet content, insane content, arguing with people, cursing people out, saying nasty names, what have you, and being absolutely ratchet. Okay. And also, I'm going to include on that irrational behavior of those who appear on these YouTube streets. Okay. Now, let me make this perfectly clear. I like to think of myself as pretty tolerant, but going forward, we're not going to have that here. We're not going to have that here. We're not going to have people yelling. We're not going to have people cursing. We're not going to have people carrying on. We're not going to have people acting like the gentleman, and I'm using the term loosely, that just appeared on the platform a few minutes ago. So we're not going to have that. And if people don't like it, you know what? Fluff them. Okay. This is my platform. I decide what goes. Okay. I am not going to police what other people do, but this is my platform. I will determine what would be acceptable conduct and what's not acceptable conduct. Those of you who have issues with that, don't come in. Don't hit the link. It's that simple. Don't hit the link. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about, how not to produce content. Okay. Now, there is an acceptable way to produce content, and there's non-acceptable way. Acceptable way is this: you come up with a topic, you do your research, and then you provide your information, or you just have random discussion and you invite anyone to come in to discuss your topics and make it. And as long as everyone's respectable, we can have dialogue. Okay. What I've seen on multiple platforms when people curse and project, okay, and call each other names and what have you. Again, how other people govern their platforms, that's perfectly fine. Here is a different story. I expect courtesy, I expect respect. Okay. And people who try to out talk me, you're gonna be removed. It is that simple. Don't like it? Kick rocks. It's my platform. Okay. Now the next thing I'm gonna be talking about is, well, you know what? Let me discuss. Let's see. Is there censorship in YouTube? You know what? I don't know if it will call it censorship. I call it more or less selective um, uh, applying the law. Good evening, Gigi. Thank you very much. Gigi, you just missed the show where Sakurai accused me of being hypocritical and what have you, and being disrespectful. And I requested that he please don't interrupt me. And unfortunately, he had to be removed. So guess what? He's gonna be going on his podcast talking about how rude I was, how I didn't allow him to speak, so on and so forth. You know what? That in 290 will get you a ride on the subway, so I don't care. Okay, so what was I talking about? Okay, but one thing I've known, yep, that's correct. That is correct. Now, one thing I have noticed that with certain individuals, with certain YouTube creators, they do apply the guidelines, and with others they don't. Okay. Now I've said this on previous streams, and I'm going to repeat it again. Okay. I'll say a prayer for you. I'll say a prayer for you before I go to bed. Good evening, daughter. Que Dios te bendiga. Oh, Denise, you missed it. Sacrifice passing out again. You missed it. You're gonna have to catch it on the playback. But getting back to what I was saying, I don't have a problem with YouTube or any platform applying the rules and the guidelines equitably. The key word is equitably. Where the problem I have is when certain people are disciplined for their misdeeds and others are not. Okay. Yeah. Yes, daughter. That's my sentiments exactly. 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 Look, you know what? All I can say is sacrifice, do yourself and everybody else a favor and get therapy. Really. But I will say a prayer for you, Gigi, before before I go to bed, that everyone is protected and safe and no harm, because it could be scary when you have hurricanes and things of that nature. So anyway, um, but going back to what I was talking about, there have been YouTube creators. Yeah, you know what? All I can say is, daughter, he needs therapy. Okay. But by him talking about that I'm being disrespectful, that I'm being biased, please. And he's talking about how I let Malala Vanguard get away with some crap stuff. I addressed him as well. I know that. I know that. Good evening, Dynamondo. Oh, you just missed it. You just missed Sakurai's acting up again with me. So apparently the beep is back on. Yes, I agree. I agree. But this notion that I am not applying the same energy towards other people. First of all, when it comes to Manolo Vanguard, I have discussed it about him. Okay. Yeah, exactly. This happened a few minutes ago, so you're gonna have to catch the replay on this one. Okay. Oh, and by the way, I think I'll probably do a rebroadcast so people can see how Zacharias conducted himself. I don't wish. Let me put it this way: I don't wish that Zacharias go to hell. I do wish he get therapy though. That's for sure. And the whole and nowhere in the conversation did I mention him. Nowhere. Nowhere. Okay. I was just talking talking regular stuff that I do on open discussion. Okay, you know what? Look, this is okay. Well, apparently he has issues with me or whatever. Actually, look. I'm gonna show him more compassion than what he deserves. He needs therapy. He needs therapy, and particularly to get on my platform with his issue, knowing that I'm the one that dictates who gets on and who gets off. Really. Okay. But you know what? All I can say about him is bless his heart, and he needs therapy. No, correction. He needs deliverance. Okay, he needs deliverance because on whatever spirit, whatever. But in any case, I don't. When I'm going back, as far as the I call it selective censorship. The reason why I call it selected because there's certain individuals they say anything, they'll be demonetized. Other people they can say anything, whatever. They can say that people needs to be deleted and what have you, and nothing happens. Okay, now let me see what all I can say is pick up and 5150. Uh Denise, I have never heard the term 5150. Can you just put in the chat what that means? I have to admit, this is the first time I'm hearing this term. So now, as I stated before, I think they selected censorship for certain individuals. Do I think that YouTube is left leaning? Possibly. And I say possibly. But regardless of the case, I think the best thing to do is just try to concentrate and make sure that you do content that you know that it's going to be enjoyable, that it's not going to defame people. Okay. Okay. Well, okay. The issue was that he felt that I was being a double, given a double standard, that I was not applying the same energy within as I applied with Malala Vanguard. Okay. And okay, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it alone, daughter. I'm just gonna leave it alone. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. Um, and the fact of the matter is, I'm not here to talk about what happened last year. Okay, I'm not even here to discuss what happened 6 months ago. Okay, people do move on. People, I mean, most rational people do not continue to rehash the past. Okay, now for whatever reason he's chosen to do that. Why? I have no idea. I have no idea whatsoever. And you know what? I'm not even going to try to figure it out. I got better things to do. I got other things on my mind. So let's. So I'm gonna go with the next topic. I know that lately I have not done a great deal amount of these open discussion streams. That's because I've been trying to deal with other topics. So I'm going to be um, do this more often. Let's see what. Oops. I'm sorry. Just give me a moment. My computer is acting up. Okay, you know what? Whether he's accurate or not accurate, I don't know. I'm not going to try to analyze him or any way, shape, or form. I just know that he has issues, point blank. Okay, so I'm going to try, probably have these open discussion streams maybe twice a month. We'll see. Okay, we'll see because there might be other things that I might want to do. There might be other people that wish to participate. Denise, if you're still watching the stream in the clouds, by any chance, did you get a chance to watch last night's stream when I interviewed Christina? I was very happy that she blessed my cyber home um, with her presence, and considering the fact that she doesn't appear live that often, um, you know, okay, I understand, Gigi, but mm, but my thing is this, and I wish people will understand this. Okay, um, I believe that people have the ability to reform. Whether they do it, it's another thing altogether. Okay, so now if they choose not to reform, that's another thing altogether. But I'm not going to hate people because they had beats with me. Yeah. So let me see. Oops. Yeah. And again, and let me tell you something. Yeah. You know what? As far as Sakura as being an angel, you know what? That's one interpretation. That's one interpretation. I'm not going to say it's not valid. I'm not going to say it is valid, but I do recognize that he's dealing with a lot of issues. Okay, I recognize that there have been people harassing him, which is what perhaps that's part of the reason why he's acting out this way. But in all fairness, we all need to find ways to cope with situations. Okay, uh, 3 years ago, I had to deal with the situation of losing my older sister and my mom 6 months apart, which led me to seek therapy. Okay, because I realized that I was not I was not well mentally. Yeah, I can understand that, and and the fact of the matter is, I try to be compassionate, but there's a certain limit as far as my compassion is concerned. Okay, I understand he's going through a lot of harassment. I understand that he's going through some situation. I can understand that, and I can appreciate it. And let's see what Denise has to say. Oh my goodness. So look, I will be compassionate to a point. But when I see that my compassion is not acknowledged or whatever, and the people is going to continue, you gotta learn how to cut it. You gotta learn to stop it and put a stop to it. Okay, that's how I see it. Okay, um, if you disagree, that's perfectly fine. Okay, we can agree to disagree, but I do believe that there is selective censorship here in these YouTube streams. How is that? It is going to continue. I think it's going to continue for some time. When, I don't know. Maybe it will take like the creators to en masse complain, and for you to see things differently. Okay. Now here's another interesting point. If they don't take being stable in public seriously, why should I take them seriously? Yeah, exactly. Okay. Now, again, as I stated before, I recognized that I needed therapy because it did mess me up. The fact that I lost my sister and my mom 6 months apart, and the fact of the matter was, I was very close to my mom, so I took my mother's passing very hard. And yeah, that's true. That's true, Gigi. That's true. And but the key is, look, I recognized that I needed help, and I was able to get the help I needed. Okay. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm not saying, yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh, and Gigi, thank you again for sharing last night's stream on your platform. I really appreciate it very much. Okay. So now, um, I'm going to give you my thoughts regarding how to navigate. Okay, how to navigate here on YouTube in the light of all that's been going on. Um, I think the best thing for you to do is just be yourself. Focus on. Excuse me. Focus on yourself and focus on your. Okay, well, I really okay. You know what? It was a pleasure for me to interview Christina. Okay, now we did meet up a couple weeks ago here up around my way. So it's not every day that you get to link up with other great um, creators. So hopefully at some point, Gigi, um, maybe at some point we can link up, break bread, talk, and touch to the fact. Okay, now let me see this comment. This one says therapist me, especially if you're past 18 and the words you make you sound like a toddler. Yep. You know what? I said this before, and I say it again. If it was left up to me, in order for you to have a YouTube channel, you have to undergo a psychological evaluation. Okay. If that was the case, maybe it can, limit some of the riffraff that's in these YouTube streets. Yep, that is true. That is true. And just my thing is, just be yourself. Stick to what you like to talk about. Stick to your core values, and just be the best version of yourself. Like I try to be the best version of Jose Negron. And the fact of the matter is, I am blessed because I have met wonderful people here on these YouTube streets. Okay, um, people like Gigi, Multi, Denise, Irby, Kesha, Joaquin, Ramon, Morena. I mean, there's so many wonderful people that I met among these YouTube streets. So, and I have learned a little bit from each one. Okay, I learned some stuff from you, Gigi. I learned some other stuff from you, Denise. I learned some other stuff from other YouTube creators. So I'm humbled by the fact that all of you has shared with me um, your knowledge and your wisdom of how to conduct myself here on these YouTube streets. So I think the best thing is just be yourself, concentrate on your content, ignore the haters, and just go forward. Okay. Yeah. Let me see this comment. Same. It's crazy. We are 2 years and still surrounded. Oops, sorry. Surrounded by adults like yeah, and the mix. Yeah, I know. I know. Some people just don't. Some people just cannot get past the past. Okay, that's the reason why it's called the past because it happened some time ago. Okay, I mean even Denise, when we had our disagreements, I mean we didn't continue to harp on it. Um, I acknowledge where I screwed up and I apologize. And I think I'm a better person because of it. Okay. So now I've been yapping for over an hour. So if anybody wishes to join the panel, by all means, the link is in the chat. It's been pinned. If no one wishes to join the panel, then what I will do is I'll start to wrap this up. But I will be doing a stream this early Saturday morning regarding insane Karens. So it seems like they continue um, with their stupidity. Okay. And to be perfectly honest, they're kind of like the gift that keeps on giving. I mean, when you think about some of the behavior, and and the fact of the matter is, um, it's not just women acting like these Karens. Women are acting self entitled. Yeah, men doing the same thing. Okay, and and this is a surprise for me. But we are living in a day where people, self entitled people, uh, think that they serve certain privileges beyond what everybody else should have. Now, here's another interesting comment. We never had to yell at each other or use profanity. I don't rock like that. I'm old. Well, I guess if you're old, I guess I'm ancient because I think there's like a 25-year difference. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay for me to admit I'm old because what that means is that I've lived 60 years of my life. Okay. I have siblings that died young. I had one sibling died when he was in his mid 30s. I had another sibling that died when near 50. And oh no, the cans of bread still. Yeah, well, we're gonna be discussing that, on my next stream. So just to give you an idea, my oldest brother passed away. He was 36. My younger brother passed away when he was 49. My older brother passed away when he was 56. So out of my male sibling, it's just me who's 60 years old. I'll be 61 in a little over a month. And my younger brother, who will be 50. Okay. So the fact that I outlive some of my siblings um, is both a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because I'm still here on planet Earth um, to be with all you wonderful people, and it's a curse because my siblings are not here, but they all live in my heart, all of them. Okay, and look, when everything is said and done, um, I'm very fortunate to be here, considering the fact that I have had bouts with depression. Oh my goodness. Now, what's this? Let's see what this have to say. 60s equals museum material. I'll get there soon. Okay, you know what? I would love to see you at 60. Okay. Now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Denise, you'll be 36 or 37. Okay. Which means when you're 60 years old, I'll be 85. Good grief. I never thought I would say that. But you know what? Yeah, it's okay. But let's see here. Hashtag. Oh, good Lord. Good Lord. Good Lord. Yeah. Well, you know what? You know what? I think this is my opinion, and you can disagree if you wish. Uh, I think when you're 60, you're going to age well. I think so. Um, I think your age well. And you know something, Denise? If my mom was alive and you have the opportunity to meet my mom, I think you two would have got along well because I see a lot of my mom in you. I see your sweetness and I see your temper. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But if no one else joins that wishes to join the panel, I'm going to wrap this up soon because, and this is something I have learned how to do this by myself as far as these monologues. Um, because look, not everyone is going to have the time to join panels because people have stuff to do. People have lives to do, okay? So, there are going to be times when they're not going to be able to join a panel. Now, to be perfectly honest, that used to bother me a little bit, but I've learned. Oh, you know what, daughter? I gonna have to, if nothing else, I gotta live to see that day. I gotta live to see that day. Okay, when you reach to be 6 years old, and I can just imagine. I think some of your tendencies will be more enhanced as you age. I could be wrong, but then again, I could be right. But in any case, um, one thing I have learned is how to do a monologue for over an hour. Okay. Now, in some ways, I'm kind of like the introvert Boricua. For me to do a monologue does not come easily. Okay. Well, I'll be rude as how I have no filter. Uh, I hope MK is ready. That's all I'm going to say about that. Uh, and I hope Grayson is ready for that as well. Okay. Okay. Good night, daughter. Que Dios te bendiga. Hopefully you'll be back live soon so I can chalk it up with you on your platform. But in any case, I think I'm gonna stop to wrap this up. This was an unusual stream, and I didn't think sacrifice was passed out. But what can I say? It is what it is. But just for your own, let's see. Oh my goodness. But yeah, but you know what, Irby, according to Denise, I'm a male Karen, but I don't think I am. But yeah, everyone has their opinion. But in any case, I do appreciate all the interaction of everyone in the chat. Uh, and I really appreciate all the love and all the support that all of you have given me. So, as I stated before, I will be live this early Saturday morning. Okay. Just give me a minute. And the topic will be outrageous Karens. So I'm gonna be showing some video clips of Karens. I'll try to keep it both male and female so there won't be any gender bias and things of that nature. But in any case, um, all of you are welcome to enter your comments after the stream is over. Just keep it respectable, okay? That's all I ask. And just as a fun fact, you keep interrupting me, you will be removed. It is that simple. Well, in any case, I'm going to close up with these words. We need to do everything possible to minimize our contact with the mentally and intellectually challenged, because if we fail to do so, we will be infected by their stupidity and massive insanity. And we saw a good example of that tonight. So, that being said, this has been another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose. And yes, good night, Irby. Let me just highlight this comment. Oops. Good night, Irby. Thank you for stopping by. So, good night. Take care and peace.
Strong.